You know how you look at a great piece of art and just think, wow, they were born with it? That idea of natural born talent? Well, what if that idea is actually the one thing holding you back? Today, we're going to follow an artist's incredible journey that totally shatters that myth and shows us that amazing art isn't born, it's built. Our artist calls this the lie of talent. And it's such a powerful idea, right? This illusion that creativity is just some magic that happens. It lets us forget about the messy parts, the struggle, the countless hours of practice, and the sheer patience it takes to make something that means something. Once you let go of that lie, you start to see art for what it really is. Not some magic trick, but a journey that anyone, and I mean anyone, can start. So, where does a journey like this begin? Well, not with a sudden burst of genius or immediate success. No, this story starts with frustration, with dead ends, with the kind of failure that makes most of us want to just quit before we've even really begun. And believe me, this path was not a straight line. It all started back in middle school with a totally failed attempt at animation. But then, a little spark, something new with just drawing spontaneous lines and shapes on paper. Nothing professional, just pure expression. And then, poof, it was gone. A 2-year break where art was just forgotten. It wasn't until high school that that little flame of passion finally got relit. It just goes to show you, creativity isn't some constant fire. Sometimes it has to go out completely to come back even stronger. Okay, so after rediscovering that passion, the artist has this huge aha moment. They realize that their so-called scribbles weren't just random marks. They were a real form of art. And that realization shifted everything, moving them from just expressing emotion to building a deliberate, structured way of seeing the world. And this is what led them to create something they call the system of observation. Now I know, it sounds really technical, but the idea behind it is actually beautiful and simple. It's basically a method for looking at the world around you, really looking, and then breaking it down into its most basic parts: color, form, movement. So how does it actually work? Well, step 1, analyze reality. Could be anything: the way the blades of a fan spin, the shape of a bird flying by, even the weather. Step 2, transform what you see into abstract art. But it's step 3 that's the secret sauce, the most important part. You have to infuse it with the spirit of art. That's the human touch, the emotion, the intention, the one thing an AI-generated image will never, ever be able to replicate. This system became incredibly powerful when the artist found themselves in a period of really intense personal struggle. This is where art stops being just a practice and becomes a tool for survival. And it led to their most profound discovery yet. Picture this. Just when the artist felt like they were at the peak of their expression, they were hit by this wave of overwhelming sadness and anxiety. But instead of running from those feelings, they did something incredible. They faced them head-on, right there on the canvas. And that confrontation led to a completely revolutionary new technique. This is what led to the centering point system. So why a geometric grid? Think about it. Geometry is all about order, logic, and structure. It's the exact opposite of chaotic, overwhelming emotion. This grid was designed to be a trap, a structure built to contain all those raw, pent-up feelings, letting them explode but within the safety of an organized system. It's a way to manage the chaos without trying to erase it. So on one hand, you've got the pure, messy chaos of overwhelming emotion. And on the other, you have this precise, logical structure. The system doesn't get rid of the feeling, it gives it a framework. It channels all that immense energy so it can be expressed without causing, total destruction. And the result is this incredible paradox. The final piece of art looks beautiful, orderly, almost perfectly geometric. But hidden just beneath that calm surface, it holds what the artist calls silent cries of emotion. It's just amazing proof that structure and deep, powerful feelings aren't opposites at all. They can exist together, creating something powerful and incredibly beautiful. This entire journey from failure to a system to a tool for emotional survival, it holds such a powerful message for anyone who's ever wanted to create anything. It's basically a roadmap for you to start your own path. So here's the advice distilled right from their experience. Please stop comparing your page 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Don't wait for the perfect, expensive tools to get going. Just start with what you have right now. You have to persevere through the failures and be patient with yourself. And most of all, you have to believe that this whole thing is a journey of discovering who you are. Think about it. This entire incredible journey started with a simple sketchbook and a pencil. It wasn't about being a professional artist overnight. It was about pouring a heart out onto a page. So the only real question left is for you. Forget about talent, forget about being perfect, and just begin. What story will your first page tell?